Ooh, let's go, let's go. We're finally back, baby. UFC 314 is finally here. It's music to my ears. I'm just imagining great things, and I'm just imagining a happy feeling I'm going to be feeling when this is over. I'm sick and tired of the Apex. Last week, it killed me. No, I mean, no, I'm not gonna be super rude about it. I mean, it was okay. It was okay, but this should be good as long as like none of these motherfuckers pull out 24 hours before or within the next couple days. So I feel like these all these picks on this card are pretty straightforward for me. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but I feel like they're pretty. I don't know. I don't feel like there's not a lot of toss-ups on this. So maybe just like one or two. But let's get into it. Canole, Cohen, Canole. Tulio Gore, Tulio. Sumudwerji, Raposo, Sumudwerji. Alexeichik, Boot Gang. Just kidding. Dumas, Alexeichik. Next. Julian Rosa, Darren Elkins. Rosa, sorry. Hooper, Miller. Bro, honestly, if you'd asked me like before UFC 300, I'd be like, oh, Jim Miller all day. But after seeing the whooping King Green put on him, and also like listening I'm totally bought into the bedtime MMA propaganda. I'm fully in on Chase DuBronx Hooper. So I think he really might be Charles Oliveira 2.0. I'm fully in on the propaganda, so I'm going with Chase Hooper. Verna Jandaroba, Yan Shannon. I'm going with Verna Jandaroba. Ige Woodson. I gotta go against my boy Ige. I'm just gonna have to pick Woodson on this one. Like that. Like those are pretty easy. I'm gonna sweep the prelims. We're sweeping the prelims on this one. We're sweeping the prelims. If I don't sweep the prelims, what am I gonna do? I'm not gonna do anything. But I'm sweeping the prelims. I already know it. I feel it. Next, Krylov Reyes. Now we'll do a bit more of a deep dive on these main card picks. Nikita Krylov. Unlike bedtime MMA, I'm not fully bought in on the MMA guru propaganda of Nikita Krylov being, this underrated marauder. Yes, he does have good wins, but he has wins against the people that like everyone at the top has. You know what I mean? And he's lost to everyone at the top. Now Dominic Reyes, we're all aware of his what was it, 4-fight skid after losing the arguably beating John Jones for the title and then getting fucking KO'd back to back to back. And but now he's on a run again. He's making this run for the title for the last time. And I feel like the pressure of this moment mixed with the confidence he's had over the past two wins, getting a first round KO over Jacoby and a second round TKO over fucking Lionheart Smith, I think Dominic Reyes is going to outgrit him in this. Dominic Reyes is tough. He really is. I know he got chinned pretty badly against Ryan Spann. Like I think the worst part about that skid was that he lost. He got KO'd by Ryan Spann, and Spann is pretty much ass, which I think is the consensus about him now. But getting KO'd by Yuri and Blachowicz it's not that bad, especially because he did have a war with him, especially with Yuri. Dude, he rocked Yuri. I think he dropped Yuri as well. And I think knowing that this is his last chance. If he doesn't get this done, he's done. If he doesn't get it done, he is done, and he knows this. I feel like he's gonna put himself completely out there. He's gonna lose himself in that fight, and he's gonna go all in on Nikita Krylov, and he's gonna out marauder this freaking marauder that is Nikita Krylov. So I'm going with Dominic Reyes by decision, 29-28. It's gonna be close. I might even say split decision, controversial split decision for Dominic Reyes. I think he has what it takes to beat Nikita Krylov and establish himself like officially like back as a top dog, you know. Next, Patricio Pitbull, Yair Rodriguez. This was also pretty straightforward. I'm going with Yair Rodriguez. I know he has two back-to-back L's, one by TKO, one by submission, but those are against top guys. Alexander Volkanovski, when he was still the champ, crazy. And then Brian Ortega. I will admit that one was disappointing. A lot of people picked Yair. I picked him as well. I didn't have my channel back then, but I was sitting on my couch telling everybody Yair Rodriguez is about to get the dub, and then I watched him get submitted, and I felt like an asshole. But I think Yair has the striking ability and the KO power to knock out Pitbull. If you had asked me a couple years ago, I would have said, "Oh yeah, Pitbull for sure." I think he would have been tough, but now he's an old man. He's basically Volkanovski but worse. He's an old man. Had some KOs. He had a recent win, but it's not the high level comp. It's not Yair Rodriguez level comp. These are fucking lower promotion B players in the MMA game. And Yair Rodriguez is not one of those guys. Regardless of what you may think of him and what I even think of him, Yair Rodriguez is not a B player. He's an A player, and he's in the top 5 of the UFC for a freaking reason. And I think he's going to make a statement with this performance and let everybody know, I am still here. Don't count me out. I think he's going to get a late second round TKO. And it's honestly going to be beautiful. He's going to be mixing it up. He's going to get his freaking low kicks, his body kicks, his head kicks. He might do a freaking one of those spinning, fucking jump, backflip kicks or something. He's really going to be feeling himself after the first round. I think he's going to take the first round. They're going to start off pretty slow on the feet. I think Patricio is really going to try and put it on him, and he's going to keep him at range. And after that, he's going to have all the confidence in the world to just let loose, and he's going to KO Pitbull. Next, Gene Silva, Bryce Mitchell. The power of Jesus Christ versus the power of Aura. Which is it? You know what I mean? Which one is more powerful? Honestly, the way these fighting nerds are carrying themselves, you'd think, the power of Aura is stronger than it's the strongest power there is. But I don't think so. I think Gene Silva, honestly, out of all these fighting nerds, if not Gene Silva, it's going to be Ruffy, but one of those two guys is going to be the first one to catch an L, and I think it's going to be Gene Silva this weekend. And I think it might be by decision, to be honest. Bryce could always get caught, and if he loses, it's probably because he got caught. I don't think I'd pick Gene Silva to win a decision against Bryce Mitchell, but I do think Bryce Mitchell has the grappling and the submission ability to make it really tough for Gene Silva. And I think I could see him break him he could break Gene Silva by just smothering him up against the cage, smothering him on the ground, going for good body shots, going for elbows up on the top when he's in full mount. Basically kind of like a Kron Gracie type finish, but without getting the finish. You know what I mean? Like hard elbows on the head, hard body shots. I think I can see him taking it down. Charles Jourdain got down Gene Silva a couple times. I think he even had his back at one point. And Charles Jourdain is not the same level of grappler as Bryce Mitchell. So I'm not going to, be like, Bryce Mitchell's going to submit this guy easy, because it's not an easy fight by any means. But I do think Bryce Mitchell is going to be able to smother him on the ground and really drag him into deep waters. And we're really going to see a test for Gene Silva's his grit, see if his grappling got better, and also his cardio, because these fighting nerds guys, I think the only one that we know for a fact has pretty good cardio is Barajo, because he's had some decisions. But the other guys, they keep getting KOs. I mean, Ruffy had a decision as well, but I feel like he was fully in control of that fight. I think if against anybody else, it probably wouldn't have gone that well for him. But Carlos Prates, Gene Silva, we have yet to see these guys really get tested like this. So I'm gonna go with Bryce Mitchell. Next, Paddy the Body versus Michael Chandler. See you at the fucking bottom. You know what I'm saying? Chandler, I don't even want to say that he's winning fights until he loses them. I wouldn't even say that part. He has moments that he throws away. He doesn't capitalize on because, I don't know. He's afraid of winning. I don't know. No. He's good, man, but he's not that guy. He really isn't that fucking guy. He's not Poirier. He's not Gaethje. He's a step below them. And you need to be a step above them to beat someone like Paddy. I think, and it's a 5-round co-main. It's a 5-round co-main event. So that will be interesting to see if it can get to the 4th or 5th. I don't think it will, but it would be interesting. And if it does get to the 4th or 5th, maybe there might be some value in picking Chandler instead. But I don't think it's going to go that far. I think the first round, they're going to feel each other out. Michael Chandler's going to try and blitz on him a couple of times, see if he can find some good openings, see if he notices, like if Paddy keeps his fucking chin up like he always does. Damn idiot. But If Paddy can stay composed and keep the range, I think he can keep him at bay long enough to find openings for himself, and he's gonna. I think I can see him truly KOing Michael Chandler. I don't think Michael Chandler's dumb enough to try and take this dude down, because if he does, I think Paddy could probably submit him or make it really freaking miserable on the ground. Regardless of Chandler's pretty good grappling ability. So I think that'd be stupid. I think he just has a really good puncher's chance. And if the fight goes on, I feel like the chance gets higher, but it's still a puncher's chance. So I'm gonna go with Paddy, third round TKO. Third round TKO. That's what I'm going with. Oh, next. I'm not gonna sit here. I'm not gonna lie to you and be like, "Oh, dude, man, fucking Volk, dude. He's my fucking guy, dude." I'm not fucking bedtime MMA. He's not my goat. All right, Volk is not my goat. I do like Volk though. He is a great fighter. He was a great champion. He will always be remembered by all of us. But I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? I don't really care that much. I care more about Diego Lopez. I think Diego Lopez is the fucking man. And he, you know, yes, you could say Mofsar earned this spot. And yeah, honestly, I would say, yeah, Mofsar earned this spot. And, say if like Volk had retired after Ilya knocked him out, I think it would be appropriate to have the Mofsar versus Lopez for the title. But the thing is, you do favors for the people who do favors for you. I don't necessarily okay. I'm not gonna say that the UFC doesn't hate Mofsar, but I'm more willing to say that the UFC loves Diego Lopez more than they love Mofsar. You know what I'm saying? So that's why Lopez is in this position, because the activity, he's a company man, and he's an exciting fighter to watch. That's really it. I'm not gonna go here. I'm not gonna sit here and say like Mofsar sucks. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna say that. But in this fight, I'm gonna pick Diego Lopez. Everything is up against Volkanovski. His age, his recent losses, and the layoff. It's been over a year now. It's been about a year and 2 months, but it's still been over a year. Versus Lopez, he keeps just having really, really good fights. He fucks people up. He's taking him into deep waters. The EK fight was a little suspect, but there were some weird circumstances behind that. We're all aware, if you're a hardcore, you know what was really going on. Having the fit, having a weight cut, then having to rehydrate a little bit, put some weight back on, and then weight cutting a little bit again, and then the fight's actually gonna be a catch weight on short notice at 160. He's like, fuck, dude, I'm going through all this, my weight and my hydration is just fluctuating. It's stressful to the body, and he still won. So I am gonna go with Diego Lopez. I think it's gonna be. Oh man. I'm not ready. I'm not confident enough to say first round KO. I'm going to say second round KO. It's going to be similar to the Ilya fight. Volk is going to throw out some good leg kicks, throw out some good jabs. Lopez is going to try and blitz in, whiff a couple punches, some heavy punches. They're going to clinch up a little bit. He's going to work the body. And then in the second round, it's going to be something similar. It's not gonna be a clean KO like with what happened with Ilya. I think he's gonna throw an overhand right or an uppercut in the clinch, stumble him against the cage, and the way Mavov did Adesanya, he's just gonna have picture perfect follow ups, and it's just gonna put him down, and he's just gonna be battering his head for freaking crazy TKO victory, and everyone's gonna be crying, and everyone's gonna be upset, and I'm gonna be cheering because Diego Lopez is my guy right now. So. That's what I got, man. This is the end. This is the end for Volk. He needs to retire after Saturday night. He needs to retire. All right. That's what I got. Let me know what you think. Like I said, it's pretty straightforward. It's still a good card. I still expect the fights to be exciting, but I feel like they're all pretty easy picks to make. And and I know I'm gonna get them all right. And if I don't get them right, don't at me.